14 of the National Football League. And we'll get a look at the Penguin, Jalen Waddle. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Broncos and the Chargers, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jalen Waddle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, See a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently second in that category. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. This defense for the Broncos very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Throwing is McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. And trouble trying the middle here. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. To the air with McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Looking to throw McCarthy. He finds his man complete. It's Carroll. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the right hash. This from 45 yards away. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, when we do games together, we don't see a ton of these, but always impressive when someone can get through that quickly, Charles, and get a hand on a field goal attempt.
And the key to success for them on that play, they get off on the snap. They timed it like they knew exactly when it was coming, and that set him up to deliver the block kick.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. To throw is Goff. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Harold Landry able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Goff now looks to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Back to throw, Goff. He'll buy some time right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Broncos at 11-1 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them.
He's got a man complete. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
An extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun, and not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. They work now on 2nd and 9. McCarthy operating from the gun. This one downfield to Burks. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Traylon Burks, 57 yards. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Broncos offense and running back Devon Achane making their way back out. And here we are in the month of December with his name sitting atop the leaders in rushing yards as the season nears its end. Strong finish here in the final stretch of games could earn him the crown. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Flushed out right. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now McCarthy. Shakir hauls it in. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Here's McCarthy. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Chargers. Greg Dulcich. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And a Greg Dulcich touchdown reception finished that drive off. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Broncos offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Now, he's had a knack for finding the end zone all season long. His numbers reflect that. Here we are in the month of December, and he sits atop the NFL leaderboard in terms of rushing touchdowns. Here's Goff. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action. It's Goff. A quick throw there is incomplete. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the Broncos getting the road victory, so they'll look to take the season series now here in Denver. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs. Goff throwing again. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Throw caught by Musgrave. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Goff toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter 1, they struggled. Quarter 2 here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then, you don't come out of the gate as fast and as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Fights loose. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he's had a lot of success throwing the ball here early. You see by the numbers, he's already up over 200 yards passing. Now it's gone. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Broncos first down. And he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. To the air again. Goff. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Here's Goff. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Forced out to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Gone. Throw left side, complete to Harry. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Reach in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 1. Goff going to keep it himself. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Jared Goff, as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers going to take over here one more time before the half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And that game tied at 7 in the second quarter. From there, we head south to Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. Ramondre Stevenson with a couple of touchdowns there. In the first half, it was the veteran quarterback Jared Goff who had command of the offense. He was downright amazing with 3 touchdown passes and another one scored on the ground for good measure. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return. The third quarter begins with a run by Achane. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Achane. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Up the middle, Achane. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Here's Guerrero on first down. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Achane gets it from the gun. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. 3rd and 3. Here's Goff. Steps away to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jared Goff. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On play action, now McCarthy. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward And how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Finding Shakir across the formation.
And good sideline-to-sideline tackling there as they're going to get him down a couple yards short of the first. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Nick Chubb stops short. And the Broncos will take over on downs. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
They'll give this to Achane.
A solid stiff arm. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Achane here, they stay on the ground.
And he's got room. 20. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
110 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Achane.
And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Jared Goff scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Broncos add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And McPherson on for the extra point.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6.
Here's McPherson now to send it away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. From the 35, here's second down at 5. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Throwing is McCarthy. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To the air with McCarthy. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Escaping the pressure right. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And that will force a turnover on downs. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Goff now looks to throw. A short throw to Musgrave. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. The Chargers ready to take over. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. McCarthy operating from the gun. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Has his man. It's Shakir. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw McCarthy. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. He's taken down at the 33-yard line. Now McCarthy. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's McCarthy. Got a man here. It's Bryant. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Automatic 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Sticking with the pass, here's McCarthy. He's got some room to operate.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Devontae Smith.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting set. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
Now, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Denver, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for L.A., it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll